Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of Fellowship Varta. Today we have got with us Dr. Simranjit Kaur. She is a research engineer at Austrian Institute of Technology, Vienna. Simranjit, if I could call you Simran, uh, uh, you have traveled a lot. You started from Jallandhar, then you went to Ludhiana, then you went to Australia, and now in Austria. So how do you see various institutions uh, in your journey, in your academic journey? And any specific thing you would like to say about both Ludhiana and Jallandhar, Richmond and Vienna?
Thank you so much, sir, for your question. First of all, I would like to briefly introduce myself. So, my name is Dr. Simranjit Kaur. I born in Ramamandi. It's a small town in Bathinda district. And then, like from my childhood, so because my father is a farmer, so I was very much inclined to the farming and system and some obstacles and the challenges which farmers used to face. That's why I decided to be a researcher in agriculture field. And then I'm coming to your question. So it's like, yes, I did my bachelor degree from Hansraj Mahila Mahavidyalaya in Jalandhar. It was very good college. If I because I according to your question, I would like to compare the institutes, not going to into the lifestyle or another aspect of social life stuff.
For student
So
development, I am primarily interested.
yes, but my choice was quite good because I was liking botany, and that helped me a lot to build my foundation in a plant microbe interaction. Because when you start studying botany in your college, then first two chapters are related to microbes. Then you grow up like fungi, bacteria, fungi, then higher order of plants, bryophytes and pteridophytes. And but that foundation helped me to choose plant microbe interaction for long as a long term my goal. Like I set my goal there, it was a stepping stone. So research, I mean, theoretically it was very good institute where I studied in Jalandhar. It was a very good foundation. I got great teachers there, lecturers of botany, biotechnology and cell biology. So then like I was sure, and then I went to PAU, Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. It itself a very good institute, world known institute.
Obviously.
So yes, and I studied there, as my foundation were already there from HMB College Jallandhar in botany. So I just continue with studying plant microbe interaction in division of microbiology. So my specialization in masters was in soil microbiology. And PAU is a very good institute, international institute. So got a lot of good experience, research experience, get chance to publish paper, and also get chance to to present my work in one national conference where I also acknowledged with some award, and that like gave me more confidence to stay in this field. Yeah, and then I worked in at IRI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, which itself it's
Okay.
like very, I mean, one of the best institute in India and very well known in abroad as well. So so I got very good research experience with Dr. Radha Prasanna's lab in field of cyanobacteria based biofertilizer and biological control agents development for as a seed formulation and soil formulation. And so this is a kind of very much international, I would say, even though it's in India, but very international kind of experience you can still gain. So that gave me a bigger goal, and which helped me a lot to get into Australia for the fellowship as a PhD candidate, because my profile got very good, I mean, very strong with the publications and research experience and good reference I got from there. So that's how I built my way to Richmond from Ramamandi.
So, do you mean to say that your consistent publication helped you in getting a PhD position in Australia? So, did you choose only, you were very particular for Australia, or because you got offer from there, so you opted?
Um, as you see, like I traveled to three countries, so I was not very particular to Australia. I was very much particular to my field,
Yes.
and luckily, like I got a very good. I mean, that time one good position was open in like very world's well-known lab of Dr. Brajesh Singh in soil microbiology. He's like he his lab is very much famous with all the work in microbiological field, microbial ecology, and agricultural microbiology. So I got there was one or two positions there open at Hawkesbury Institute, and then I applied there and I got
So,
selected.
so you are trying to say that there was some open position for which you competed and you got it, right?
Yeah, I competed. It was university fellowship, so you have to
So,
compete like.
viewers, the message is very clear. You need to build on your profile. You need to explore available position in your area of interest and then compete for that. And obviously, the most important part here is the laboratory where you are going to work. So, Simran, how did you choose this? What was the pre-checks you did before giving your consent to this university to join? Like you were in India, you have been to some of the best institution, IRI, PAU, and then you got an offer from there. So you jumped on that. Did you do some checks in terms of the profile of the faculty, the kind of work they are doing? What were those checks?
Yeah, I was. This is very good question, I think, and it's where Indian students usually we can make mistakes. But I was very much lucky in that sense because I was having enough mentorship to which helped me to select the right place. And the first thing is for the checks. It's like yes, you should make sure like where you're going. So institute is first of all they are securing you with the good fellowships and with the covering your medical insurance because you just not think like going abroad is the main goal you because you will be alone there and your safety is your health and safety is the first thing because there no one is knowing you, so you should check obviously the terms and conditions of your fellowship, so they are like what they are going to give you in the package. Then the second check with the lab, yes, so it's good and I on myself, yes, I checked because first of all, as I mentioned in my previous answer, because I didn't went with the company sorry country, I went with the lab and my field
Yeah.
where I can go and do like work of my expert and build my expertise, and which was my research interest. So it was very much aligning with my research interest, that's why I went there. And so yes, you should go with obviously you will only get selected if your research interests are aligned first of all, because getting selected is also something not very easy. There are mostly checks are you will like both side should be agree on the most of the conditions. So I think the main thing is you should check what I also did, like how that the PhD are the PhD students are publishing in that particular lab, and the how like and where the alumni of that institutes are going. Either they're continuing with academia or it's very hard to check with everything, but you should do some homework on this. That's always very helpful.
Yeah. Simran, Australia is attracting a lot of Indian students. So how do you find the place? In terms of your academic life, in terms of your social life, and in terms of maybe even food and otherwise? How do you find the place? And what would be your recommendations to the future aspirants?
If we particularly talk about Australia, so there I think with because I was on my own, so I straightforwardly went to the research institute where like I booked accommodation for all 3 years. And I would say like in particular, if we talk about Australia, there are challenges are very less if you are covered with the fellowship and with the health insurance by your university. first of all. Then it comes to your social life, because Australia is very much multicultural country. So, and those kind of, and English is mostly like it's English speaking country. So obstacles are very, and challenges and obstacles are very less as compared to somewhere else. And the most important thing, which as an Indian, we should never underestimate, it's the weather. So weather is also very good there. So yeah.
From Australia to Austria, what are the
Uh,
difference you are feeling, and how the work culture in Austria different from Australia?
Yeah. Yes, when I was writing my thesis, so I got a postdoc scientist offer from Ireland. That is Chagas. It's a kind of a public and government funded institute. So I did my, for 2 years I did my postdoc fellowship in Ireland. When I was like in middle of my postdoc project, so I got this job in Austria. So Ireland was totally different from Australia, although people were great, and there was no language issue, but weather was totally different from
Oh, yes,
Australia.
a bit harsh.
Uh, Very harsh, but again, I would say like I went with the project because they were very, that the project which opened there for the what they were giving me fellowship, it was like very much aligning with my interest and whatever I was building up from my PhD. So that's why I went there, and it was a good time to explore and to, I mean to say, to build my career as an early career research. I'm still as an early
Yeah,
career
yeah,
researcher.
sure, sure. I
Yeah,
think,
and yes, and then for 2 years, I got to experience there, and I also got chance to present in very good conferences like Royal Entomology Society conference in the UK, and from there I got selected here as a research engineer in Austria. Again, I would say because where I'm working, it's a kind of world's one of the best institute in plant microwave interaction. So my why I am here be just because of my interest and to my expertise. And this is the top institute in applied microbiological applications. So that's where like I'm right now, and that's why I got selected here. And then like if you talk about the work culture, so work culture in Europe and in Australia is almost the same, only the main difference is the language.
yeah,
Yeah, and some language and other difference can be the university and institute system, because university system is bit more, I mean to say, vibrant for the scholars and for students, but institutes, because they are
mm,
industrial funded as
mm,
well and government funded as well. So that's why you have to make balance between industry and academia. So institutional research is bit different. It's a more like a company kind of thing as well. So that difference I can feel, the language and the kind of institute you have
mm,
chosen. Like if you are in either you're in a university or in the institute. When currently I'm in the institute, so
yeah.
it's different, from bit
Simranjit,
different, but not a lot.
as you said that you were inspired by your father to pick up this subject, uh, tell us very briefly about your current research goals, and also where do you want to see Simranjit after 10 years from now?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So first thing is I would like to mention, because my father is a cotton farmer and I used to go with him and used to pick cotton. And the good thing is that is also good thing. I think I was one of the fortunate child, because I got those kind of real life exposures. And the other my fortunate thing happened to me was my PhD project was also on cotton crops. So something very much close to my heart as well. And yes, and your question was, may I please will
Your
you just
current
repeat the
research
question?
interest, number one. Number two, how do you see Simranjit growing in next 10 years? What would be your
Mhm.
future research? And how do you feel you are going to help farmers in the long run?
Thank you. Yes, I'm in my current research, because I already build expertise in this field of plant microbe interaction, developing microbial technologies for crop health, crop protection, soil health, better soil nutrition, better soil nitrogen, phosphorus, and especially like managing pathogens, because I have never changed my field from my master's. That's why if you choose a right institute with your master's, then it will serve you for the long term. I choose PAU, where I was like my master project was developing high temperature tolerant rhizobium for pigeon pea crop. And still I'm working on in the similar kind of microbial, developing microbial technologies. So there I started developing microbial technology. So like I use that as my the foundations. I if I look back, so I think I'm satisfied with the I already built expertise in this field and in plant microbe interaction and developing microbial tools for the crop health and productivity. And after 10 years, I would like to see myself running in a leadership position of that institution in plant microbe interaction, crop health, or microbiome, crop microbiome initiatives at national level, or some, at that level. And I'm running my own research group and addressing the real life issues and going towards sustainability and bringing minimizing the all the cost in chemicals and making farming very sustainable through these microbial tools, and also developing these tools and integrating them in integrated pest management practices and other agriculture practices. So my aim to help in future, and my I would like to focus myself more on developing technologies for small landholder farmers. Yeah, so that's where my focus
Think
is.
Indian farming needs a lot of technology interventions, not only from agriculture or plant scientists, but also a lot of engineering solutions, energy solutions, water solutions, and
Yes.
how to face the vagaries of the weather. So challenges are plenty. It's all the approach road we take. Good part would be if we contribute back to the society, help our farmers to have more nutritious crop, increase their yield, and help them economically. Simranjit, we are running out of time. So my last question to you this evening, for future aspirants who are looking for research opportunities outside India, what would be your suggestions?
There will be a couple of suggestions. So, first thing, identify your interest and niche. Never go with like something which fascinates you unrealistically. Be realistic. What are your strengths? If your fundamentals are strong, then you just stick with fundamentals. Because if in the future, if there will be lots of jobs for the bioinformaticians, computational, there will be also jobs for the taxonomist who can like, because basic science will also serve, and advanced science will also serve. So that's why first just be realistic to yourself and choose what you really mean to say, where you and set your 5 year goals at least, and long term, identify your long term and short term goals. That is first thing, like how to project yourself and see a bigger picture where you want to see yourself, and just believe in a small steps rather than just jumping to something big. Small steps will help in a long term. So there is a no shortcut, as per my understanding, not for me. Yeah. And then second thing is when you approach professor, scientist, in abroad, so try to try to work on your CV, cover letters, because some of Indian students, when they sometimes they, I mean to say, contact me as a just to help them. When we look at their CV, even like who completed their PhD, then also there's a very like lots of mistakes in the CV. So try to make your CV as like at international standard first, so that you can express yourself, what you really know, what you want to learn, and like when where you see yourself, because we learn a lot, we achieve a lot, but we sometimes not able to express that. So just work on your CV first. And second thing is, yes, be updated with all the fellowships, and try to find, if wherever you are studying, if there are some senior or some alumni who are working abroad as a researcher, then you can also, your networking will help you a lot. So try to make that network as well. And yes, and never miss an opportunity to, even it's a small conference, small seminar, where you can express yourself and ask more questions. Yeah.
Thank you, Simranjit. It was a wonderful interaction. And the final message what you gave, that first be very clear what you are looking for, be focused, also make a best statement of you. Poor applications sometimes takes away the interest of potential host scientists. And it is very important to keep some excitement building when they are running through your CV. Networking is another important art. And the message you gave, that conferences are very, very important tool for networking, and would help researchers in finding potential future laboratories. So thank you on that note. It was wonderful interacting with you.
Thank you so much.